All right, just within the last couple of hours, we have really started to see the eye become a little bit more visible, which could very well be a sign that Milton is regaining some strength. It is already a very strong Category 4 storm with winds at 155 miles per hour. There are several planes that are actually hurricane hunters that are investigating this and obviously taking a bunch of readings. One of the most latest readings that we've received, the 927 millibars. So they'll continue to sample that and see if it has strengthened at all with the eye becoming a bit more visible on the satellite presentation. All right, storm surge is likely going to be the most devastating impact from Milton. Obviously, regarding where the eye wall does move ashore, that's where we're going to see some of the highest storm surge. But right now, the National Hurricane Center is suggesting that a 10 to 15 foot storm surge is likely near and south of the eye wall where it does come ashore. And so you can see anywhere from the Tampa Bay area down close to Sarasota or just to the south of Sarasota. And when you think about a 10 to 15 foot storm surge, if you think about the kind of the height of the first floor of a house, it's typically 8 to 12 feet. So now with a 10 to 15 foot surge, we're talking about the second floor of homes being inundated with water, which is just not survivable. And so we're really thinking about and our folks and friends down into Florida, and we'll be tracking that. But Briley, that's only one of the aspects that Milton is going to bring to the west coast of Florida as we head into Wednesday night.
Yes, Milton just has so much to work with, Steph, with the warm Gulf waters, limited shear. I do think that it'll run into some wind shear as it moves further east into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, but still intensity is expected to be really close to Category 4 strength before it moves inland, likely late Wednesday evening into Wednesday night, and it's still the latest track takes it just nearly into the Tampa Bay. And so, like Steph said, really thinking about all of those that are residents of Florida, and if you have family members down that way, hopefully they're taking precaution. So a very strong Category 3, maybe even a Category 4 storm when this moves inland on Wednesday night. Of course, we've got hurricane warnings in effect and all of those things down there. This is indicating just how strong the wind field is expected to be too, with winds close to 130 miles per hour, if not higher, if it's Category 4 strength when it moves inland on Wednesday. So in addition to the storm surge, we're going to see very strong wind gusts with this too, not only for the western edge of Florida, but as it tracks east and moves through Orlando and then back out into the Atlantic. For us here at home, we are happy and grateful for the pleasant weather changes. Very cool this morning. We've got some 50s, even some 40s on the map, and it'll be the same thing tomorrow with low 50s across North Alabama. Even think there are some 40s possible for spots further north. A lot of sunshine this week, not worried about any rain, and the afternoons are comfortable too with highs in the low 80s. Back to you.
Thank you, Briley. We'll